Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. I actually want to come to y'all with another video, man, talking about how going no contact says by Oprah Winfrey is a trend, and I beg to differ. Now, Oprah Winfrey is having this segment with, you know, pretty much the baby boomer parents, and they up there talking about the thing dealing with parental estrangement while their children are literally going no contact. And she had the nerve to say, going no contact is pretty much a trend right about now. Let me tell you, I beg to differ. That thing is not a trend. That is the result of what a lot of baby boomer parents and a lot of Generation Next parents are what they are failing to realize. They are waking up and realizing that you got other generations, man, from millennials to Generation Z, even some of Generation Next, who have cut off their parents. Why? Because a lot of their parents, especially baby boomers, they were very narcissistic, very disrespectful, very manipulative. A lot of their parents did not deserve to be parents. A lot of their parents, weren't even there. A lot of these generations had to raise themselves, and oftentimes, especially dealing with the family dynamic, a lot of these parents, especially boomers, they always just literally treat their children like they got their own property. I brought you in, I take you out, I clothed and fed you. You owe your parents, you owe them this. Honor thy mother. Listen, we will honor our parents. But at the same time, it also said up in the Bible, don't provoke your child. Because if you want to do that, guess what? Your child has every right. Your child has every right to cut you off and not deal with you. Why? Because if you're going to be a very demonic and narcissistic parent and you trying to destroy your child, you manipulate your child, you don't love them, you don't respect them, you just look at them as property, talking about, I can, brought you in, take you out, or I fed you, I clothed you, I this, that, and the third. You owe it to your parents. You don't owe, no, listen, your children don't owe you anything. Those are your children. That is your responsibility. Like, what is it that your child owes you? Where did y'all get that from? That's not even in the Bible that the child owes the parent. No. We can honor thy mother, thy father, especially they've been good, but at the same time, if you are a terrible parent who gives no love, if you're a terrible parent who does not respect your children or grow a bond with the children, and what I mean, just really just be jackasses. I mean, just talk down to your children, cuss them out. You smoking cigarettes in front of them. You drinking liquor in front of them. You being all wild and ratchet. You got men in and out of your house for real, or you being a daggone deadbeat father. You know what I mean? It's just like these generations are literally tired of dealing with the disrespect by cutting off their parents and their families. Why? Because just because you are my family member, that doesn't necessarily mean I gotta deal with you because you're family, because you're my mother or father or aunt. No. You don't have to deal with that, because guess what? The same people talking about you gotta deal with them on the back and they really don't deal with us. There's a lot of people walking around that is adult children that are dealing with trauma. They had to cut off their parents. At the end of the day, they may be your parent, but they still people like everybody else. You don't have to tolerate that. You don't have to tolerate toxic family members or tolerate a toxic mother, toxic father. Anybody. No one has to deal with that. At the end of the day, they may be your mother or father or whatever the case may be, but you still a person. And a lot of these parents, they don't respect their boundaries. They don't listen to their children. They don't value their children. They want to overtalk them. They want to relive their life through their children. They don't want their children to have their own mind. They just want to just keep their child on the leash. And there's never no real true love or respect. They think that all because they clothed and fed you, mind you, that's great. You're supposed to do that. That is your child. But you don't get no rewards in feeding and clothing your children. That is your responsibility. So if you're going to be disrespectful, narcissistic, demonic, and hateful towards your child has every right to cut you off and go no contact. And especially the rest of the family dynamic doesn't even show love for what? If they want to cut off their parents and their whole family, guess what? They have every right to do it. Because at the end of the day, I remember people telling me, we ain't going to be around forever. Guess what? We not. So guess what? We're not going to be around each other forever. I'm going to make it forever. I'm going to cut you off forever. So what? We got the same blood. You feel me? But I had to come to y'all with this video, man. Spread thoughts up on this shit. Light up on the situation. Felt the need that y'all had to hear this subject. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. Always appreciate the love. Don't forget to hit the bell to get all of my notifications. Like, share, and subscribe. And it's your man B Miles coming to you live once again from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace.